It's one of the great cosmic mysteries. How is it that someone can go from being a total stranger one day to someone who means everything? The Netflix series brings the love story of Dex and Em to life, showing how their paths cross on the same day every year over decades. The story was originally a novel and was turned into a 2011 film with Anne Hathaway and Jim Sturgis. Now, it's been reimagined as a 14-episode British series. While you're enjoying One Day, here's the scoop on what to expect from the second season. But first, let's dive into how One Day changed a key part of Emma's ending, making it even more heartbreaking. The One Day series took a different approach from its source material, making Dexter and Emma's love story even more tragic. The tale of Dexter and Emma first came to life in David Nicholls' 2009 best-selling novel before Netflix decided to adapt it into an emotionally powerful limited series. This decision paid off, as the series received high praise, earning a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes and quickly becoming a hit for Netflix. Despite the novel's tragic ending, the Netflix show made several significant changes to the One Day novel. Unfortunately, none of them could shield audiences from the heartbreak of Dexter and Emma's doomed romance. Near the end of the series, after a slow-burning will they won't they storyline, Emma tragically dies in an accident, crushing any hopes of a happy ending for her and Dexter. While Emma's death was similarly portrayed in Nicholls' novel, the Netflix adaptation had the opportunity to soften this blow with creative liberties. Instead, it made a change that only intensified the heartbreak of One Day's saddest twist. Netflix's One Day gave Dex and Emma less time together than the book did, cutting their love story short by 2 years. Both the One Day series and the novel started in 1988 and followed Dexter and Emma's lives over roughly 20 years. However, the series took some liberties with the timeline, likely to highlight key moments in their story while leaving out scenes that didn't need to be shown in the TV adaptation. For the most part, these changes were minor and didn't have a big impact on the main characters, but one significant change did shorten Dexter and Emma's love story by 2 years. In the novel, Emma dies in a freak bike accident in 2004, while in the series, she dies 2 years earlier, in 2002. Her unexpected death was heartbreaking in both versions, but it was even more so in the series because it meant they had less time together as a couple. Based on the Netflix series timeline, Dexter and Emma only spent about 3 years in a romantic relationship before Emma's tragic death. In the One Day Netflix series, Dexter and Emma start settling down together and even get married off-screen around 1999. Emma's death happening earlier in the series significantly impacted the ending. The series focused on how Dexter coped with life after Emma's death during its falling action and conclusion. Like the novel, the show wrapped up around 2007 to 2008, 20 years after Dexter and Emma first met. However, by having Emma's death occur earlier in the story, the series subtly altered the pace and portrayal of Dexter's healing process. One Day chose to give Dexter's tragic ending a bit more hope by highlighting his healing journey and completing his character arc. The show allowed Dexter more time to grieve and heal, giving viewers the chance to witness his process throughout the series, instead of extending their doomed romance for 2 more years. One Day focused on Dexter's path to healing, achieved by having Dexter converse with a hallucination of Emma's ghost in a moment of closure and letting both Dexter and the audience reflect on the memories of his time with Emma. But the real question is, does Emma have to die in One Day? One Day isn't just a romance, it's a story about fate. Emma's death might feel harsh for a romance story, but according to the show's creator, Nicole Taylor, it was necessary. Taylor explained that altering Emma's tragic end would have weakened the overall impact of the story. Dexter and Emma's tale goes beyond just love. It's about how fate can change lives in an instant. Their lives took a new direction after spending just one platonic day together, which led to a deep friendship and eventually a unique love story. For Dexter, the lesson was even more profound, as his life was once again turned upside down when he lost Emma so suddenly. Although the series intensified his pain by shortening their time together, it ultimately underscored the idea that life is unpredictable and we should cherish the moments we have while we can. So, knowing all this, should One Day get a season 2? One Day was always planned as a limited series, so the story was meant to conclude in just one season. True to its purpose, Emma and Dexter's story wrapped up on a bittersweet note after 14 episodes, leaving little room for a second season. The first season featured excellent writing, strong performances, and well-rounded character development. Since it follows the characters over 20 years and fully adapts the novel's events, it's unlikely the story will continue beyond what we've seen. The way One Day ended brought a sense of closure to Emma and Dexter's story, and trying to extend it into another season could undermine the success of the first. A second season would have to continue without Emma, and it's hard to imagine it resonating as strongly without her. Pushing forward with a follow-up might be a misstep for Netflix, as the chances of success with an extended narrative seem slim. Even though Emma and Dexter's story has wrapped up, Netflix might still have a few options to keep One Day going. One idea could be to continue the concept with a new couple who meet on the same day each year over several years. If they go this route, it would be interesting to see how Netflix makes this fresh and different from the original story. If One Day were to get a second season, it wouldn't be the first time a limited series was extended due to its success. Shows like HBO's Big Little Lies and The White Lotus started as standalones, but were renewed for more seasons because of their popularity. Similarly, Netflix's The Watcher also got a second season despite being introduced as a miniseries. Adding to the speculation, there have been reports that Netflix is in discussions to adapt another one of David Nicholls' books as a follow-up to One Day. While this likely means Emma and Dexter's story will remain closed, fans can still anticipate a new love story. Insiders suggest that Netflix is interested in adapting Nicholls' upcoming novel You Are Here, set to be released in April 2024. The book is about Marn and Michael and explores themes of first encounters, second chances, and finding a way back home. One Day left a lasting impression with its bittersweet story of Emma and Dexter. The show's unique take on love, following the couple through different life stages as they grew together, really resonated with audiences, pulling them into the narrative. As of now, it seems like Emma and Dexter's story will stay within the confines of Season 1. This might be for the best, as trying to extend their story into a second season could be a risky move for Netflix. However, with the news that You Are Here might be adapted as a sequel to One Day, there's still hope for those romantics out there eager for another unique, heartfelt story. If you're missing the show and looking for something new, check out Normal People. It has a similar heartfelt vibe to One Day, and I actually think it's a better series overall. Based on Sally Rooney's book, Normal People quickly won over fans who didn't realize they needed a show packed with so much emotional tension and longing. The show follows Marianne and Connell through high school and beyond, diving into their complicated relationship and how they handle life and mental health as they grow up. It's a slow-burn drama that's critically acclaimed for its thoughtful take on intimacy, class, and desire. Daisy Edgar-Jones and Paul Mescal deliver powerful performances that pull you into their shared heartbreak and growth. It's available to stream on Hulu. Well, that's that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on the latest movies and shows. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.